Hi Taurus, welcome to your weekly love reading. Let's see what's going to go on, what's going to happen for you this week in terms of love. Wow, we have the Eight of Wands and the Tower, and there's a tornado going on in this Eight of Wands. Wow, so they feel there's a lot of upheaval. They feel there's a separation, everything's been tipped upside down. They're feeling very fearful about that. It's like they're holding on to one wand. They're trying to stay in control of this situation. What's interesting here is that the witch is holding a wand, like she's created the Tower moment. So it's like almost like them trying to hold on to control and trying to control things with that wand analogy has actually led to a Tower moment in some kind of way, and they feel like they're messed up badly. So yeah, this is a blessing in disguise. They may be waiting and wanting to hear from you. They're, you know, trying to seek reassurance. They really hope that things aren't completely crumbled between you both. So they're in a panicked kind of energy. Knight of Pentacles. So they want to come forward with an offer. They are quite slow moving though. That could have been part of the problem. Maybe they were too slow moving. They're trying to take control by slowing things down, doing things their way, being kind of stubborn energy. But it wasn't really meeting your needs. So you may have had to walk away from this person. They're wanting to continue to invest in the connection. They want to, plant the seed so your connection can continue to grow. They may be coming forward with a small offer. Maybe they feel like they cannot give you all that you deserve right now. There's a naivety about this person I'm feeling, like a youthful kind of energy. And so they're trying their best, but I feel like they've made some mistakes. Three of Wands. So yeah, it's like they're waiting for some sort of green light from you that they can come back into your life. They may be waiting for a communication. Yeah, a sense of waiting. Maybe they were just waiting and waiting and waiting for so long and just moving slowly. Maybe they were staying in their comfort zone, staying behind their masks and their walls. Maybe you came in and crumbled the connection. Maybe this is you. You came in, crumbled their walls, crumbled their comfort zone through speaking your truth, having the Tower moment for them feeling like everything's falling apart, and they're desperately trying to cling on to you, rebuild the connection, and give you some kind of small token, or giving you whatever they can in the hopes that you're going to continue to have an open heart for them and basically not move on from them. We have the King of Swords in reverse. So this person may have completely worn a mask and just not spoken their truth to you. They could have been very blocked. This was like their control issues. It could have been mind games in some cases. And it could have even been there was arguments between you and they were defensive and you felt like they were attacking you with their words, or it could manifest in the opposite way where they just ghosted you. They weren't telling you anything, and trying to get some sort of explanation or expression of emotion from them was like trying to get blood from a stone, and that led to a Tower moment. Okay, so they're very much panicked right now. Okay, so let's look at some message cards. I want to give you everything. Wow, the Six of Pentacles. So you may have been very, very generous with this person, giving them all your time, your love, your attention. You're very much nurturing them, being very patient and understanding and very sweet with this person. And then you realise that they were just staying in their comfort zone. They weren't overcoming their fears of coming forward. They had a fear of intimacy. They had a fear of being their true self. They may have been caught up in their shell if they're a shy person. And you just realised that that wasn't changing anytime soon. So you had to change the dynamic. You had to change the energy between you both. I want to share my life with you. 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, I do feel they have always been this Knight of Pentacles. They've tried to build themselves up. They've tried to feel good enough for you. They've tried to work on themselves so that they can have an amazing relationship to offer you. They want to give you the best version of themselves, but they just didn't feel like they were in that place. So they have always been this Knight of Pentacles, slowly moving towards more confidence. But I do feel like there was some kind of comfort zone in your interactions with each other. There was a situationship where you were in each other's lives in certain ways, but it allowed this person to stay in their comfort zone. And deep down it may have allowed you to stay in your comfort zone as well. And that had to break away. The universe had to step in and crumble that comfort zone, because it was an unhealthy dynamic that in the long run was just keeping you apart, keeping you in separation. So we have, you are my perfect person, the Two of Cups. So you do love each other equally. You're on the same page. You have this amazing connection. You connect on all levels, mind, body, soul, telepathically. You want the same things. You're cut from the same cloth. It's like your energies are so similar, or your energies are the same. You could be twin flames. And they feel like you are the perfect person. And with this like young knight here above that energy, I'm just feeling like they put you on a pedestal. They didn't feel good enough. And with all these tools, it's like they're trying to build themselves up to feel good enough for you. Yeah, look, please remain open to me. Queen of Cups. They see you as that beautiful, divine feminine with an open heart. So wise, so loving, nurturing, compassionate. And they're just really, really hoping they haven't lost that. They're hoping that they haven't messed up to the point where you've completely just taken that away from them. I feel like you're working on yourself. You're putting your own needs first now. You realise that there's only so much you can do to help this person before they need to help themselves. And that is the stage that you're moving into, and really standing on their own 2 feet, because I feel like they became too codependent upon you. I feel like there may have been a parent-child dynamic here, and you were like the parent role and they were the child, and you were doing all the work and trying to help them learn and grow. But then now it's like they have to fly the nest kind of thing. There has to be this separation where they find their own independence and their own strength before they can return to you. Yeah, look, we have I'm always waiting for you. The Three of Wands again. So you may feel like you're waiting for them all the time, but it's like deep down, because you're reflections of each other, they were waiting for you. Maybe they were waiting for you to love yourself more. You know, maybe deep down you were looking to them for love, approval, validation. And they just, the energies needed for you both to love yourselves, like independently, without basing your sense of self-worth on the other person kind of thing. So their higher self was waiting for you. You couldn't come together in a harmonious way when there was all this disharmony within yourselves as individuals. There needed to be that self-love. I find it hard to open up to you. So yeah, I feel like this person is shy. They're in their shell. They feel very self-conscious around you. Afraid of rejection. We have, I lay awake at night worrying about us. This is the Nine of Swords. So yeah, this person is very neurotic, very anxious kind of person, always worrying that you're thinking badly of them, always worrying that you're gonna abandon them. So they just felt so afraid, too afraid to be their true self and just relax. So let's look at the messages from the heart cards. Cat and mouse. Okay, so this is a runner-chaser dynamic that's been going on between you both. It says runner and chaser, fear of intimacy, fear of abandonment, hot and cold, roller coaster of emotions, and triggering. So yeah, you may have been the chaser, they may have been the runner. And there needed to be this balance. You needed to stop chasing, you needed to love yourself. And they needed to stop running and love themselves. And now I feel like you're doing the work within yourself. It's because you're mirrors. This is causing this person to do the work. The comfort zone's been taken away now. So it's like you have to fend for yourselves for a while. Release the codependency and come back to unconditional love, where that basically means you're loving each other and without like the desperation of needing things to happen. And the more you're at ease, the more you don't need this person. Ironically, it's like the more you attract each other, the more you come into harmony together. Okay, so let's pull some more of these. Yeah, they have a lot of regret right now. They're feeling bad, they're feeling foolish, they're wanting to turn back time, they're wanting to make amends, and they have growth, they have realizations from their own mistakes. Whereas before they couldn't really see their mistakes because you were still there and they didn't really have to think about it. But now you've walked away, it's like obviously they're thinking, why have you walked away? And they're realizing why. They're realizing how their actions have affected you. And we have social media, so they're spying on you. You may be communicating online, whether that's directly or indirectly, you know, like indirectly sharing photos or things for the other person to see. They could be catfishing you, you know, they could be spying on you through fake accounts in some cases. It says stalking and obsession. So yeah, they're really, really worried. And we have, I lay awake at night worrying about us. So they're really worried that you're moving on. They try and feel close to you through social media. That may have been the problem. Maybe they were just talking to you online, but then they weren't seeing you in real life. Or, you know, you could have met this person online, or there was just some sort of comfort zone when it comes to communication, but you needed more, you needed progression, but this person just wanted to stay in that safe zone with you. Love, cool. So this is good. Getting in touch, expressing love, feeling your, telling you their feelings, missing you and reaching out. So they will reach out, they will express their feelings. They may actually take that leap of faith and do the thing that you've been waiting for so long, actually communicate to you properly. Or it could be, again, that they communicate with you on social media still, or like these, in whatever way where it's still the same old kind of, but whatever way they communicate, they are going to express their feelings to you very soon. And we have karmic. Tough lessons, codependency, comfort zone, temptation, not being true to self, avoiding shadow work, stuck and depressed. So this is a karmic cycle. I don't feel this is like a karmic partner. This is like a karmic cycle that you are both kind of stuck in. That comfort zone, the unhealthy kind of dynamic between you both that needed to be released so you can progress further. So these are the Island Time Wellness cards. We have Kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So I basically see this as a very sweet person. There is unconditional love between you both. There's going to be much more of a balance of giving and receiving. And falling in love, it's just, you're so in love with each other. You need to just sort it out, really. Sort out the fears. Wow, we have Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth and changed mind. So your connection is rising from the ashes. There was that tower moment, but you're going to rebuild in a much more healthier way. Re-establish this connection in a healthier way. That's really powerful. And we have Axe. Break up, separation, stop the pattern. Silent treatment, abandonment. So you may have been given them the silent treatment because you were like, nah, this person isn't changing. I'm not putting up with this. I need more. I deserve better. And so I feel like you initiated the tower. Or maybe they did something that just really, really hurt you. And then you realised you deserved more. You finally realised your worth and were self-loving and walked away. And then that helped stop this pattern and create this transformation within the connection. Okay, so there was a knock at the door. I always take that as someone's going to be reaching out, communicating to you. You're going to be hearing from them. Soulmates. So they see you as their soulmate. Soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. There's just this amazing healing, uplifting and warming energy between you both. You have a really, really powerful connection and they know that. They see you as the one for them. They see you as an incredibly sweet person. And I feel like they're a sweet person deep down as well. Seduction and palm tree. Attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. So I feel like they're worried that you're going to be seduced by someone else who's going to give you stability and security. You know, you may have got tired of waiting for this person. You may feel like, oh, it's never going to work out. They're never going to change. They're never going to come forward. And you want stability. I feel like that's what you always wanted with this person. And so they're worried that you're getting with someone else. So let's look at the Our Eternal Love cards for how they're feeling. So this person, what they are wanting is definitely a reconciliation, but they may have the tendency to just fall back into that comfort zone or try and move things back into that comfort zone. I was holding on too tight and it was too painful. I feel like that's how you felt. It's too painful because things just weren't progressing. This person wasn't coming forward. They weren't doing what you felt they needed to do to allow the relationship to grow. They can't get you out of their head. They're thinking about you all the time. They're obsessing. You're always on their mind. They're always thinking about you. This lifetime is only one mission in many. We are a team and we'll reconnect on our homeland. So you may be thinking, it's not going to work out in this lifetime, but we always have this connection, and we will reconnect in the higher dimensions between lifetimes kind of thing. I can't sleep at night because I'm worried about our connection. How do we make it work? Yeah, they're definitely having the Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights, anxiety, fear of losing you. I was wearing a mask to keep you in my life. I didn't realise it was keeping us apart. Yeah, so they didn't feel good enough. So they were trying to be something they thought you wanted them to be. You just needed them to be their true self, because it's always been their true self that you've always loved. And yeah, they just didn't know how to be their true self with you and feel comfortable in that. Maybe a pattern that they've had throughout their whole life, and so maybe they lost touch with who they truly are. So let's look at the divination dice. Actually, I've forgotten. They're my soul's desire cards. I realise now that no other person can ever replace you. So okay, there was that seduction card and it said third party interference. Maybe they ran away to try and be with someone else, and then they realised the hard way that they can't just run away and stay in their comfort zone and make that amazing connection with someone else. They're realising now that they were just trying to avoid stepping out of their comfort zone and trying to create shortcuts by making an amazing relationship with someone else, but they realise that no one can ever replace you. I want to wake up beside you every day. They want that commitment. They want to be with you. They want to be close to you. They want to share your bed. They want to make love every single day. I will call you very soon. And we did have love call. So you may get a phone call from them really soon, where they're expressing their truth. They're expressing what you've been waiting for them to express for so long, which may well be this: you are the one. I know we're meant to be together. I don't know why, but I feel so self-conscious around you. Yeah, they felt shy to be their true self. So they tried to appear strong, but that just kept you apart. So the divination dice. There's the crone. So this is the wise old lady, wisdom, the hermit. There's been a separation. You've had to go your separate ways. But this person's seeing the light. They're seeing the truth. They're understanding finally. But yeah, they have a tendency to go in their man or woman cave and make you feel shut off. Could be someone that just feels safer in their own company. They may be, like fiercely independent to the point of feeling like it's a weakness, getting too close to others, asking for help, asking for support. This person has difficulties showing vulnerability and any kind of weakness, but they're transforming. They're realising their true angelic nature. They're realising their worth. This person's awakening basically on a massive scale. And we have another messenger symbol, the Hermes. They're definitely going to communicate their feelings to you very soon. And the toadstool. So this is basically saying that your connection's going to have growth. You're going to grow out of shitty circumstances. And let's see what charm's going to come out. We have the name tag. It says, hello, I'm a bad idea. To me, this is just saying that it's been a roller coaster. There's been some immaturity here. Definitely a lot of triggering, a lot of pain's happened. I feel like this person, this is how they see themselves. Like they just don't have a high opinion of themselves. Powerful awakening, the crown ring. This is the crown chakra, committing to the divine, following the inner guidance, the guidance from spirit. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.